The movie opens with a family of mountain lions in a nearby forest. The father warned his family that they should never trust humans, whom he described as dangerous, and urged them to always stay away from them. He said that humans could take their lives at any moment. The youngest lion cub questioned why humans would harm them since they were good and didn't hurt anyone. His father replied that while that may be true, humans can change their true nature at any time, so trusting them was foolish. However, the little cub was unwilling to accept this and, despite his father's repeated warnings, ran off toward a human settlement, determined to learn more about them. The scene shifts to a young boy named Jay, who suddenly awoke from a dream about lions. It's revealed that Jay is actually the little mountain lion cub and a shapeshifter, able to change between his human and animal forms at will. Jay had taken on a human form to live among humans, but in doing so, he had become separated from his family and no longer knew where they lived. When he arrived in human form, a loving family adopted him, believing he was alone. Jay had lived with them for years and hadn't returned to his lion form, which made him feel as if he was losing his power. Jay was having breakfast with his adopted family when they saw a news report about a plane that had to make an emergency landing after being attacked by a flock of birds. The news anchor reported that no one was killed, but the plane sustained significant damage. This was not the first time such an incident had occurred. Animals and birds had been attacking humans repeatedly, as if they had formed a group to cause trouble. Scientists were researching the reason behind these attacks. Jay and his family were surprised by the news. The next day, Jay, his sister, and his mother were on their way to a new high school for Jay. He didn't want to go, but his family insisted, hoping he would broaden his mind and learn about the world. That night, while resting at a hotel, Jay was surprised to see a pack of wolves heading toward a factory for a special purpose. The next morning, they arrived at the high school. The head of the school greeted them and asked for Jay's name. She comforted Jay's mother, telling her that Jay would change for the better and that she had no need to worry because all the children there got along well. Jay's mother was relieved and said her goodbyes. After she left, the headmistress revealed to Jay that she knew he was not human but a shapeshifter. She then said that all the children at the school were shapeshifters who were trained there to live well in both of their forms. She then asked Jay what kind of animal he was, and Jay, surprised that they knew his secret, revealed that he was a mountain lion. The headmistress was very surprised and happy to hear this, as it was the first time a lion had come to their school. She told Jay that everyone would like him and introduced him to the other students. Everyone greeted him nicely except for a wolf named Jeffrey, who became angry. Jeffrey questioned what a lion was doing there, as he used to be the one in charge. He was afraid that because a lion was the king of animals, his place would be taken from him. Jeffrey started a fight with Jay, but the other students quickly stopped them. The headmistress then introduced Jay to a man named Andrew, the school's owner. Andrew was also a shapeshifter and a lion himself. He was the happiest to see Jay there and was the one who brought shapeshifters from all over the world to the school. He asked Jay if he knew where his family lived and why he left them to live with humans for so many years. Jay explained that he had run away despite his father's warnings and hadn't seen his family since. He added that he hadn't been able to transform into a lion since then and felt that he had lost his power. Andrew told him that this was why they had brought him to the school, so he could confront and understand his power. The headmistress then showed Jay to his room, where he met his roommate, a squirrel. Jay discovered that dangerous predatory animals and innocent prey animals all lived together without fighting, as fighting was only allowed during class. Because of this, all the animals lived together peacefully. Jay's squirrel roommate, who had become his friend, took him to their class, which was held in the forest. They were joined by the squirrel's friend, an elk. When the students arrived, their teacher began instructing them on how to control their animal transformation power. The teacher, learning that Jay was new, started with him. The teacher told Jay to show everyone what he was and to transform into his animal form. Jay tried, but was unsuccessful because he hadn't transformed in so many years. The headmistress came to him and told him to close his eyes and imagine he was in the forest with his family, which she said would make it easier to transform. Jay did as he was told, and as he closed his eyes, he had a vision of his father teaching him how to live in the forest. Seeing this, he finally transformed into a lion. All the other children were happy to see him become a lion, and they all transformed into their animal forms and began roaming the forest. After class, a bison, their other roommate, arrived, and the three of them became great friends. Later, Jay and his friends went to the canteen where they saw Jeffrey and his four wolf friends bothering the weaker animals. Jay felt bad and told Jeffrey that bothering other animals was against the rules. Jeffrey got angry and replied that Jay couldn't teach him anything, and that even if he was a lion, the 5 wolves would overpower him and eat him. The lion and wolves began to roar at each other in anger, but a teacher stopped them before they could fight. The teacher warned them that if they fought outside of class again, they would both be punished. The next day, the children went to a fighting practice class. The teacher first had a bear girl fight Jay's friend, the bison, who lost. The rule was that they were not to fight to the death, but to practice skills that could be used in a real fight. Jay was then called to fight a bear boy. He tried to transform into an animal many times, but was unsuccessful. Andrew came to him and gave him a pouch. Jay smelled the contents of the pouch and immediately transformed into a lion. The pouch contained soil from the mountains, and its smell made Jay feel as if he were still on the mountains with his family. After becoming a lion, he defeated the bear girl. Andrew then told Jay to keep the pouch with him because it would help him become a lion, and asked if he was ready for Andrew to train him. Jay said yes, happy that a senior lion would train him. A little later, Jeffrey approached Jay and challenged him to a fight in the forest that night, saying that he would be waiting for him if he had the guts to show up. Jay was furious that a wolf would challenge him, a lion, to a fight. He could not tolerate this disrespect, so he accepted the challenge, intending to teach Jeffrey a lesson. However, when he went to the forest that night, he discovered that Jeffrey had brought his friends to the supposed one-on-one fight. The 4 wolves attacked Jay from all sides. Though Jay fought bravely at first, he was quickly overwhelmed. Seeing Jay in danger, his friend transformed into a bison, confronted the wolves, and chased them away, saving Jay's life. The next day, Andrew took Jay for a walk and told him that he knew everything that had happened. Andrew commented that Jay was a lion who should have been able to defeat the wolves without help from a bison. Jay responded that it had been difficult to fight all 4 at once. Andrew reassured him that he would become perfect with time and hard work, and told him that he would be able to defeat 10 wolves in the future. Andrew then dropped Jay back at school. The headmistress confronted Andrew, telling him that giving too much importance to Jay would negatively affect the other children, and that everyone should be treated equally. Andrew replied that Jay was special and needed to be made to feel that way. He said that he would give Jay special training and then left. Because Jay, Jeffrey, and their friends had fought outside of class, they were all punished and had to work in the kitchen. Quietly, the elk girl took Jay into the forest, where the school's council meeting was happening. She told Jay that the council members were making plans to harm humans. She explained that the recent attacks on humans by birds and animals were the council's doing, and that they were retaliating against humans for the way they treated animals. Jay was very surprised to see the headmistress fly away in her bird form, revealing her involvement in the plan. The next day, Andrew took Jay into the forest to train him how to hunt. Jay made his first kill and was very happy. That night, Jay saw Jeffrey and his friends again and followed them to a factory to find out what they were doing. The wolves scared away the guards and began to damage the machine wires. Jeffrey noticed Jay and angrily accused him of spying on them. Before they could fight, Andrew appeared and told Jeffrey to hurry up before they got caught. At this, Jay understood that Andrew was behind Jeffrey's actions. Andrew told Jay to come with him, and he took him to his house. He explained that animals used to not hate humans, but that now they did because the factory had destroyed half the forest, and the chemicals released from it had killed many animals. He added that humans did not care about animals or the environment, and that his wife and daughter had been killed by hunters in the forest, their home. He said that humans were becoming even worse over time, destroying more forests and killing more animals. Andrew explained that he had formed a team to cause trouble for humans, and that he had brought Jay to the school to help them with their mission. He asked Jay to join them. Jay was surprised and said he needed some time to decide. Andrew agreed, but told him to answer quickly as a big mission was coming up. The next day, while Jay was racing with his friends, the bison accidentally crashed into a car that belonged to Jay's human family. They had come to visit and invited Jay to go hiking with them on Saturday, and Jay accepted. After they left, Andrew called Jay and asked for his decision, saying that the mission was on Saturday. When Jay refused and explained that he had plans with his family, Andrew became angry. He demanded that Jay choose between humans and animals, and then hung up. Jay was also very angry at Andrew's tone and ran into the forest until he was exhausted. Some hunters who had been tracking him with a drone found Jay and released dogs to kill him. However, a crow from the school, who was also a shapeshifter, broke the drone and helped Jay escape. When Jay became too tired to run, he sat down to rest, and the hunting dogs caught up to him. Before the dogs could attack, Jay transformed into his human form, which left the dogs stunned. Andrew then appeared and told Jay that he had tried to find his family and discovered that they had also been killed by hunters. He asked if Jay would still help humans after they had taken his loved ones from him. Saddened and angry, Jay agreed to support Andrew. Andrew explained the plan to his team: scare away the guards, destroy the machines, and cause an explosion. Everyone agreed, but Jay made a condition that no human life should be lost in the process, to which Andrew agreed. Before the plan began, Jay's family called and asked if he was coming. Jay apologized and said he couldn't make it. He then left with Andrew and the others. Andrew and his team reached a hill above the factory, where they had placed logs to throw down onto the machines. But Jay looked down and saw his family hiking in the area where the logs would fall. He realized that they would surely die and frantically told everyone to stop the plan, but no one listened. He called Andrew and begged him to stop, reminding him of his promise that no one's life would be in danger. Andrew callously replied that some people would have to die for such a big mission and that Jay's family wasn't his real family anyway, and he hung up. Jay was furious, realizing he had made a big mistake by trusting Andrew. Just then, his friends arrived, having sensed that Jay was in trouble. Andrew's companions began fighting Jay's friends, while Andrew transformed into a lion and fought Jay. During their fight, the logs broke free and started to fall. Fortunately, Jay's family saw the logs and moved out of the way, but his younger sister, who had headphones on, did not. Jay saved his sister just in time. Andrew's plan had succeeded, but Jay was relieved that his family was safe. He confronted Andrew, yelling at him for lying about not harming humans, and told him that he would never believe him again. Jay then returned to school with his friends, where he was celebrated for his bravery. The movie ends with the message that people should never do bad things to forests and animals. So, what did you think of the movie? Leave it in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more movie recaps. See you in the next video.